Late last week, some DFL state lawmakers said it's time to revisit gun control issues in Minnesota in the wake of the massacre in Uvalde. Senator Patricia Torres Ray and Representative Carlos Mariani held a news conference to talk about tougher gun control measures for Minnesota. But the odds of any progress seems like a long shot when legislators couldn't even agree on a tax and spending bill they supposedly had a deal on. In the coming weeks, we'll be checking in with legislative leaders from both parties. Earlier this morning, I spoke with DFL House Majority Leader Ryan Winkler. Take a look. And joining us right now is the House Majority Leader, Ryan Winkler. Thank you so much for coming on.
Good morning.
All right. First of all, I want to ask you, there was an appeal by some legislators, Hispanic legislators, Latino legislators, for gun control. We haven't seen much of a push at the legislature at all. I know you feel strongly about this. Is that just dead on arrival for any kind of special session talk?
We passed a red flag bill and a universal background check bill in 2019 in the Minnesota House. But with divided government and Republicans controlling the state Senate, they have had no interest in pursuing any of those bills whatsoever. And we're not seeing much indication locally or nationally from Republicans on an interest in passing red flag bills, which help save lives. It allows law enforcement to petition a court to remove guns from people who are potentially dangerous on a temporary basis. It's common sense. And it should be something we do.
You know, we just had the court strike down a law in California that limited the sale of automatic weapons to those who are over 21. Your thoughts about that? Because there are a lot of people, we've gotten a lot of questions about that in our newsroom.
What we're seeing is the Supreme Court over a period of years turning the Second Amendment into something it was never intended to be, a personal right to carry any individual's wish for firearms for personal self-protection. That has never been part of the Second Amendment historically. It's a new development and it's disturbing. It's part of an activist effort to essentially eliminate state and local gun protection laws.
Special session. Is it going to happen? Are there any developments? A lot of people were excited not only about the tax bill, the biggest tax cut in Minnesota history, or recent history, and also some of these really important spending bills having to do with education and all of these other issues. It sounds like there haven't been any talks this weekend, at least.
We needed a little bit of time to cool off. The end of the legislative session gets to be a pressure cooker. I'm hopeful that when our Senate Republican colleagues go home, they realize all of the incredible work that has been done and great things on the table if we can come back and finish up a few items we still need to negotiate. Help for public schools, help for our healthcare system, stronger mental health support, making sure that not only the tax bill that we're working on not only helps all Minnesotans with a rate cut, but it also helps seniors, it helps young families. It does a lot of great things.
Okay. Can I ask you, you came out with the governor and the Senate Majority Leader walking down the Capitol steps, down the Great Lawn. It looked so good, as if the deal was apparently struck. What happened? How did it fall apart?
Really what happened is we ran out of time to negotiate out the really tough details. We have big spending bills and very different opinions in the House and Senate about the details of how they should be spent. The tax bill we worked out, but some of these issues just take a while to work out. We're the only divided government in the nation. It's not easy to do this work, I promise you. And so I think we have a chance to come back to the table because for both sides, there's so much good stuff there.
People are just especially frustrated because the government has $10 billion of our money. What are the odds that, in your view, I mean, you're very experienced, you've been around a long time, do you think that there might be some kind of special session, or it sounds like there are still some wide gaps that you're talking about?
We can work those gaps out. There is strong public demand for the bills that we have on the table. I think Senate Republicans are going to come back next week and realize that there's no excuse for not getting that work done. The House Democrats, the governor, we are ready to finish this out and get the job done. We're ready to compromise. We know that working in divided government is challenging, but we are ready to do the work. And I think Senate Republicans will decide they need to come back and do the same thing.
So you're hoping for some meetings next week?
Yes.
Or this coming week? Anything scheduled?
Nothing scheduled at this point. And I think early this week we'll have a good indication of the likelihood of a special session.
All right, we will be checking with leaders from the Republican Party in other editions of WCCO Sunday Morning. Thank you so much, House Majority Leader Ryan Winkler, for joining us this morning. We appreciate your perspective.
Of course, thank you for having me.